Cheers, legends. Sammy from Short and Stout Beer Reviews. Welcome to another instalment of my Macro Monday. Jesus, what's going on there? So, I have a long neck. Good old tiger out of Singapore. So, I got a question. I think it was in a comment in the beer, in the section of before the video started. It was pretty much like, why are you reviewing this beer? But yeah, on Mondays occasionally I do Macro Mondays, so you got to review the shit beers every now and then, and yeah, let people know what you think of them. So that's what I'm doing tonight. I am doing a craft beer after this one. So Tiger, established in 1932, a Singaporean beer. As far as I know, it's always had that similar logo. I remember my dad and one of his mates drinking it when I was a kid. Um, yeah, just known as a lager beer. Normally in like a smaller bottle, but yeah, this is a long neck, and I was in the bottle shop with a percentage off, so I was just like, I'm going to grab it. It's probably old, but who cares? Percentage 5, and made by Heineken Asia Pacific. I think they were their own brewery at one stage, but yeah. Let's see how it goes. I've got my little Carwin Cellars glass, not that it has anything to do with Tiger at all. Cheers to the chat. We have Henry. Good to see you again, bro. Evie, how are we again? And they're saying hello to each other. So yeah, I was a little bit late, but that's the case. Like when I work afternoons, I never know what time I'm going to get home from work. So I was fairly decent with time, but yeah, just had a few things on after work. So yeah, I've started as soon as I can. Yeah, it's a very common beer, this one. You see it in a lot of supermarkets and stuff. Yep. I did. I had soup and toast tonight. Nothing special, but just simple and effective. I'll probably have a proper meal tomorrow night. Cool. I've never actually had pasta with seafood before. It'd be pretty nice. Yes. Got a few others joining. Cheers, Lee. Good to see you again. Cheers, Phil. Good to see you again. She's pretty wild outside tonight. It's just started like thunder and real heavy rain. It's not as cold as what it has been, but just real shit. Real windy as well. So yeah, let's get into this beer. As I said, macro beer, Singaporean. Get it in most supermarkets in Australia. It's a sort of beer. It's like worldwide. I've seen Americans drinking it as well. I better open it first. I don't think I'll drink the whole thing during the stream. We'll see what happens. But yeah, it is a big bugger. How many standard drinks is it? 2.5. So you could have one of these. If someone like me could probably have one of these and still be right to drive. It seems like a lot. A little bit more. Got to fill her up. Here we go. Cheers, Steve. Yeah. It's not really much you can say about a beer like this. But yeah, I do the old macro Monday occasionally it's pretty much just to let people know what I think of these style beers, and also to what do you call it when you go back to something you haven't tried for ages? There's a word for it. Starts with R, I'm pretty sure. I'm drawing a blank. I'm a tired boy. Ooh, this sounds good. And you're rocking. Yeah, that sounds good, Henry. Sweet. Yeah, a bit of decent grub always lifts the spirits. Yep. Reminisce, yes. Going back to old times and thinking, oh yeah, I used to drink that when I was a kid. So it's got very, very lively carbonation. It's like a cyclone inside the glass. Like it's nuts. Don't know what's going on there. Anyway, it's like, yeah, extremely clear. Can see through it. I would say pale straw in colour. About a 2 finger head and a light body. Let's go a whiff. Not expecting much. I'm trying to think of the last time I had this beer. It would be so long. It was probably when I was like a teenager or something. So it's like a biscuity, grainy, like malt base. Very little aroma, like just a little touch of sweetness. And yeah, with the hops, I feel like you're getting just a little hint of lemon and like a, yeah, sort of like an earthy note that you'd get like in an old English beer. But that's about it. Not much to it at all. So yeah, I'm just expecting it to taste like a real watered down lager. Easy to drink, but like, yeah, just not much soul to it. Yeah, definitely does. Listen to some Sleep Token. Yeah, it depends what songs you listen to, mate, because there's ones where he's just playing guitar and singing and doesn't scream at all. Cheers, Henry. Anyway, let's have a taste. We're not here to fornicate with arachnids, as we say. Cheers, guys. Quite a soft mouthfeel. It's got a little bit of that copper coin, which isn't a good thing. Yeah, you just get this sort of copper coin sort of note with like some macro beers. Yeah, it's sort of sweet, like grainy malt. Not much hop character at all. Here he is, Michael Jackson. And he's behind me. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. One thing that's pretty cool, a brewery in South Melbourne did an online survey. And they just wanted that their new owners have taken over. And the new owners and the existing owners are mates, and they sort of like helped each other out heaps. So there's no sort of like animosity or anything there. It was like a pretty smooth changeover. But the new owners sort of want to know how they can sort of improve, and like they want to know people's thoughts, like what they're doing initially. Is it decent, or like are there things that people want to change? Or it was just like a survey just to get the punters' thoughts on a heap of things. And yeah, like heaps of questions, but yeah, like it didn't really take that long. And I just did it just to kill some time, and yeah, just to like because it sort of interested me as well. And yeah, I went into a fair bit of detail. Like most stuff I said was positive. There's a couple of negatives, and then I just sort of offered some advice on like some styles of beer they need more of and what they need less of. And I felt like they've got their own pizzas, and they're really good. And they're like, "Oh, do you still want the pizzas?" And I said, honestly, whenever I talk to people about your brewery in Melbourne to other beer people, they always bang on about how good your pizzas are. So I said, you'd be stupid to get rid of them. I said, if anything, you need to keep them and maybe just have a few more options with flavors. And then they said about more food. And I said, well, maybe just have like a burger night occasionally or something like that just to change it up. But like it's a sort of it's a brewery in an industrial area. It's fairly small. They don't really need to go too far with food. I feel like breweries like that, as long as you've got like pizza, burgers, that sort of stuff, that's all you really need. So yeah, anyway, long story short, because I went into all this detail with my answers and that, and anyway, I won like a $50 voucher. So that'll be good. I'll go to the brewery and get a pizza and a few beers, and yeah, make an afternoon of it. $50 doesn't sound like enough, but I mean, doesn't sound like much, but their pizzas are fairly cheap, and their beers are pretty cheap as well. So it'll get me like probably 2/3 of a day of a good sesh. I've never met a memorable Singaporean. I always just think like everyone that seems to live in Singapore or Hong Kong always seem to be from somewhere else. Like I feel like there wouldn't be many locals. There's probably heaps, but yeah, just like whenever you hear of people that live in Singapore, they always seem to be like, I don't know, like English or American or the Don, you mean? How do you know about the Don, Evie, or is it just from me talking about it? You do realise it's an English beer that's really hard to get, like, well, it's not hard to get in England, but the chances of getting it in Australia are very rare. Sandwich day, beans on toast. Even like breakfast, like a late breakfast option sometimes. Yeah, for sure. Or have, yeah, like a lot of places too, like they'll have, like breweries, for example, they might only be open 3 or 4 days a week. So Thursday night will be like taco night, and then like pizzas Friday and Saturday, and then Sunday might be like a roast or, yeah, cool. Certainly isn't coming out here. Yeah, I thought so. But yeah, the only way I'm probably going to get the Don Evie is if one of my English mates gets it for me, or yeah, they'll have a drop of Verdant beers randomly, like months down the track at a particular thing. It's not like a beer that you could just walk into a shop in Australia and buy. Sweet. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what you got there, Phil. Yeah. Yeah, I'm like that. I Especially like if I work mornings, I can't just wake up and eat straight away. Like it makes me feel sick. It's like I have to be up and about for a while before I even think about, yeah, having like cereal or toast or something. You'll get some people, they'll just get up out of bed and bang, straight away they're sitting down having breakfast and a coffee, and I'm just like, I don't know how they do it. Maybe it's because I'm a shit sleeper. I'm like always real groggy and that, so it's like the last thing I want. Cheers, Simo. I'm into the old tiger beer. I'll certainly get carried away with conversation drinking something like this because, yeah, it's like just not memorable. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of people out there that'll only eat once a day, and it's like, no. Nah. Unless you're the sort of person that has a huge sleep, I just don't know how people do it. Like you could understand if it's someone that maybe works like a 12-hour day and just has a meal during their shift and then they go home and pretty much go to bed and sleep through to when they start again. But I just feel if you're working that long, you'd lose energy and you'd feel like eating more. Yeah. But yeah, as I said, very lively carbonation. It's weird. You just get this little touch of like lemon and like it's slightly grassy and earthy. Probably more earthy than grassy. And yeah, slight touch of copper coin, just to let you know it's an average beer. And yeah, like a sweet, grainy malt character. I mean, it's not like offensive. It's just nothing special. Like out of a lot of macro beers, this one for me would probably be in the middle. you go to like a barbecue and someone hands them out, and then it's like I'm not going to say no to it. Whereas there'd be some beers I'd be like, nah, I'd rather have a Coke. Like it's got quite a soft like mouth feel to it. And the head sticks around. You sort of feel like it's like decently brewed, but it's just very light ingredients. And it's probably suited for that warmer climate as well. Yep. Yeah. See, I can have a coffee, but I still sort of have to be up for a little bit. I can't just smash into a coffee straight away. What I used to do when I wasn't working so fucking early in the mornings, if I was starting at a reasonable time, I'd just go to work a little bit earlier and have a coffee once I got there in the staff room. And then you sort of just unwind a bit and then start your shift. But because we're getting up so early now, like 3 or 4 a.m., and you're pretty much just getting to work as late as possible just because you're so tired and you want as much sleep as you can before you get there. And the worst thing is because I walk to work half the time I'm running late, so it's like I've got to start jogging or just walking real fast. Yeah, I was trying to think of the last time I had it. I reckon it would have been like teenager or early 20s. But I was saying how like one of my dad's mates, when they used to get on the drink and that together, he'd always bring around random beers, and I remember him quite often bringing around like Asian stuff. And yeah, Tiger was one of them. Yeah, you'd want a big fucking massive piece of steak or something though. Yeah. Cheers, Bill. Have you seen this in America, dude? I'm pretty sure I've seen Americans drinking it. I reckon I've heard Beer Man talking about it. Singaporean beer. It's quite common here and in England, like in supermarkets and stuff. I was just wondering if it was in America as like if it's as common. Do you guys get kingfisher in Indian restaurants, Henry? That's what we get. And in Thai restaurants, it's normally Singer or sometimes Chang or even Leo. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. If you have a good German lager, they're fucking decent. Yeah, yeah. Mm. So the beer I'm doing after this one is by One Drop out of Sydney. It's called Area Codes. It's so random the artwork. It's got a spaceship and then a gun and some bullets. Oh, okay. So there's some more pictures I didn't see. So there's a spaceship. Yeah, spaceship, a rocket, sorry. Then you got a gun. And you got the bloody nuclear gear. Then you got an alien. So yeah, West Coast IPA with clean fusion. It'll be decent, I reckon. The only thing is I think it's got a little bit of age on it. I've got a feeling it might be a few months old, but we'll soon see. There was a big section of one drop beers all in the fridge at one of the bars I went to in Melbourne, and it was hard to tell which were the new and which were the old. But I just grabbed that because it was a Westie. Yeah, possibly. Yeah, Thunderbirds too. Yeah, yeah, that's what's good about them. Like, just easy to drink when you're having a meal. Like a lot of, yeah, obviously Indian, Thai, those sort of places, like eating curries and stuff. You just want that easy drinking beer to wash it down. Especially too if they got a bit of spice. The old ring of fire. Yeah. God, the weekends go way too quick though. I can only feel like I was at work, like it was Friday, doing that stupid seminar thing, and then here I am at work again on Monday night. It's like, oh, I'm sick of being the mouse running around that wheel. So yeah, as I said, like very easy drinking. It's got the characteristics of sort of like your European lager or your Asian lager. But yeah, it's very subtle. Like as I've said, they don't have much soul to them. They're very light in the malt, and yeah, hardly any hop character. So you just get this like real watery beer. Yep. Tao. I want to try Tao again, and I want to try that Lucky, the Buddha one. So I haven't done any Chinese beers since I've had the channel. Cheap and cheerful. Yeah, I had that recently. I think I reviewed it and I slagged it off, but yeah, I reckon I might have had a dodgy can. Or I just, yeah, I don't know. Just didn't. People talk about it like it's decent, but yeah, I just didn't think much of it. One of the best macro lagers I've had, especially like from Southeast Asia, is Sapporo Dark. I think it's called Sapporo Black, and it's like a dark lager in like a silver, like industrial type can. It's sort of shaped funny, like a hexagon or something. Really good. Like it's real awesome quality. Like a German dark lager. Yeah. Tsingtao's like red and green. That's a Chinese beer. And then Chang's like green, and it's Thai. Out of all the Thai beers, I like Singer the best, but Chang's like probably second. I've obviously been to Thailand twice, so I've had plenty of Thai beer. I've even had some Thai craft beer recently. Yeah, that's pretty average, that one. I remember I had that Cambodian beer in a Thai restaurant. There's a Thai restaurant I went to in Richmond. It was really good. And anyway, I said, "Oh, what beers do you have?" And they said, "Oh, we've got the two main Thai beers and a Cambodian beer." I'm like, "Oh, I'll try the Cambodian one," and it was that one. Yeah, I'm not familiar with that one. It must be one that's in England, but not in Australia. Because yeah, Simo's mentioned it as well. Yeah, I've had a Cambodian beer. I've had a couple of Vietnamese, couple of Thai. I think I've had a beer from Laos. Um, yeah, I haven't had a Burmese. Myanmar. Um, yeah, I've had Indian beer. Haven't had Sri Lankan. As far as craft beer, I've had Hong Kong and Japan. I don't think I've had any Singaporean craft, but I think there is Singapore craft near. Yeah. Yeah, I'll have to look it up. Like I can't even picture like what it looks like. I'm just not familiar with it. Next time I get Indian in Melbourne, I might have to ask him if they've got Cobra. But yeah, I might wrap this one up and get on with some decent beer. So yeah, final thoughts. I mean, it's fairly average, but I've certainly had worse. As I said with macro beer, it's probably in the middle. As far as like, it's definitely better than a lot of the Southeast Asian stuff because that some of that's probably the worst beers in the world. Um, but yeah, it's very like bland. There's just not much to it. So it's like not offensive, but not certainly not exciting as well. So for a score, I'd probably just go a 3 out of 5. I feel like just with a standard macro that's got no excitement to it, three sort of a if it's drinkable, it's a fair score. Um, yeah, probably gets an extra .1 for being a long neck. Yeah, boy. So yeah, there's a little bit left in that. I'll probably finish it later. But yeah, on to this one drop beer. So want to see me drink a decent West Coast? I'll be into that in about probably 5 minutes. So come check us out. And if you haven't hit the old like button on this one, feel free to do so. So yeah, I'll catch you over on the next. Cheers, peeps.